My name is Arun Jagtiani, and I'm a proud St. Martin. In a few short weeks, our country is going to be heading to the polls to elect 15 new members to Parliament. There's 126 candidates from 9 different political parties that are contesting this election, and I think the entire voting population can benefit from knowing a little bit more about who these candidates are. Over the next few days, I'm going to interview a few new faces and a few political veterans. So join me, St. Martin, and let's talk politics. Tell us about the Hope Party. You have 3 candidates. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about the other candidates as well.
All right, the other candidate, my candidate number 2 is Miss Lucky Morales.
You look forward to interviewing her?
Yeah, she's a very vibrant, very intelligent, educated lady with a vision. She's very determined, and I like that passion that she carries with her. When I was registering Hope, we met each other at the chamber, and I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I'm starting a political party." I was like, "So why don't you join me?" And that's how the whole conversation began, and that's how we started. Wonderful. But she's also an author and a visionary and a founder of the Caribbean Living Statues on St. Martin.
Oh, interesting.
So, you know, a very innovative and forward-thinking person. Also on my list is candidate number 3, who's no stranger to the political arena, Mr. Justin Tomok.
Sure.
He's a businessman and also is very educated, and he also helps a lot of people in the community by talking to them and, you know, helping out where needed.
Sure.
And those 3 persons make up Hope.
So we're here to talk politics.
Yes.
Right? So best case scenario for you from this election, you get 3 seats.
That would be
Your party
super.
gets 3 seats. Incredible. Some would say almost impossible, but best case scenario.
Yes.
Yeah? It still puts you in a position where you're a minority in Parliament, and maybe you have the opportunity, though, to form a coalition then. You could be the swing. Whether you have 1 or 3 votes, it could put you in that position, or 1 or 3 seats. If given that opportunity, is there a particular party you would favor forming a coalition with?
Well, let me put it to you this way, Arun. I think it's very important that the people of St. Martin realize that once you're in that position, you have to weigh your pros and cons. You're talking about working with people that are going to give the people of St. Martin the best opportunity for a stable and sound government. So when that time comes, then you have to weigh which parties or which formation would be in the best interest for the people, not for yourself, but for the people of St. Martin.
Powerful.
Yes.
And let's say you have 1 to 3 seats. How committed would you be if you are not in the ruling majority? So if you end up being the opposition, but you have a seat in Parliament, how committed do you think you would be to that position? And what changes or what benefits can you give to the population from from an opposition seat?
Well, I believe that from an opposition seat, you can do a lot. If we have a dynamic opposition that can also be watchdogs of our current government or the majority of Parliament, then we can always be, yes, but this, and we can be devil's advocate, but don't forget this, and remember that. And we have to always be in their skins to remind them that, you know, not because we are not in power, that we don't have a say. Remember, it's Parliament, it's 15 persons that represent the entire population. So we also have to be a watchdog of what government is doing.
I think sometimes one of the problems with how our country has been governed is the people in opposition, whoever they may be, oftentimes have a hard time giving credit to if they do something good. Would you agree with that statement, or?
I think what I can speak from what I have noticed, a trend over the years, it's like if one political party comes up with an idea and it could be good for the country, but it's not that party that then it's like, no, we're not doing it. And we need to get from that infantile way of thinking. Remember, again, I keep stressing it through the interview, it's about the people. And along the way, that's why government is the way it is now, we have lost sight of that.
Powerful, powerful. Yeah. We're running out of time, but before we leave, what is the one thing? What is the one thing voters can count on you? Or what is the one issue? If given the opportunity, you could change one thing on this island, what would that be?
Well, hope is about good governance principles. That's right. Hope is our core value, and we want to better the quality of life on St. Martin. How to do that? Through empowerment, through giving the people the skills that they require to be self-sufficient and self-reliant, and to have pride and joy about who you are as a St. Martin citizen. Remember, hope starts with you. The change starts from inside you. Don't wait for people to tell you X, Y, Z. Take the initiative, take the fire stick, and run with it like an Olympian to help our people excel.
Powerful. There you go. That's Mercedes van der Waals Wyatt, also known affectionately as Lady Electra. Thank you so much for being here today. I wish you the best of luck on September 26th. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, Arun.
Thank you. A pleasure.